My colleague Israel Eferobo is in Johannesburg and he joins us now for further updates. The G20 Summit is over, but one thing continues to resound, that world leaders made some sort of progress despite the absence of the U.S. How much progress was it?
Indeed, there was a lot of progress that has been made this weekend in Johannesburg. I'm back in Lagos. I came a few hours ago. And indeed, the progress that has been made by world leaders at the G20 Summit has been enormous, something that has never happened before at the summit, having a declaration, being the first order of business on the first day of the summit, indeed, by the leaders. There was an overwhelming consensus for the South African G20 presidency to go ahead and adopt the declaration, which is what happened on the very first day of the summit. The leaders went ahead to echo the sentiment of all the world leaders who were present at Nazareth, that multilateralism and bilateral relations and better cooperation by leaders of the world to help proper diplomacy and indeed for developing countries. These were issues that came up at the summit on day one and indeed on day two as well, to show that yes, Africa's voice is indeed represented, and for countries who are developing to really have a voice, so they are also getting a better deal at the table.
How would you describe Africa's voice at the summit, from advocacy for debt relief to overall development?
Can you say that again?
I said, how would you describe Africa's voice at the summit, from advocacy for debt relief to overall development? Indeed.
It was a sentiment that President Cyril Ramaphosa echoed at the summit. He did say that Africa needs a stronger voice when it comes to issues of debt relief. And analysts who are also present at the summit had this to say about countries with huge amounts of debt. They have to come together and form a strong voice to have a better deal when they are going ahead to have deals just like this, so that they can have a better deal when negotiated. I spoke to the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, and he did say that yes, there is a committee here in Africa, to handle issues of debt relief for Africans, but that committee is not working fast enough for African countries to have a better deal, and which is something that must be addressed going forward after this G20 Summit at Nazareth this weekend. But indeed, I would say it's a big win for Africa. Go ahead to see just how much the people, the world leaders gathered together to ensure that this African Presidency Summit on the African continent that was hosted by South Africa is indeed successful, despite all the tensions from the US President, from the White House, saying that they will not attend this summit. I also go ahead to say whatever declarations that they bring forward from the summit will be challenged, will be opposed. Indeed, the leaders came together to support the South African president and ensure that yes, indeed, they go ahead to have an adoption of some sort of cooperation, and a G20 outcome document was adopted on the last day, and this shows just how much support that they gave to the South African presidency at the G20 Summit this weekend. So that's indeed a big win for South presidency and for Africa as a whole.
Israel, thank you for the coverage. We appreciate it.